Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. The National Education Symposium in the Sultanate concludes its works, stressing the necessity to develop education and forwarding its discussion results to Education Council. On the occasion of World Food Day, the Sultanate presents ideas to encourage owners of small agricultural projects and family farming in the society. Developing structure of public relations departments at government bodies and carry out researchers' top recommendations of Oman's first public relations conference. And the second Omani Dates Festival discusses providing permanent market and quality products. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has received a cable thanks from custodian of the two holy mosques, King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, in reply to His Majesty's cable of greetings on the Kingdom's National Day. The participants forwarded a cable of thanks and gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos at the end of the works of National Symposium, Education in the Sultanate of Oman, Road to the Future. They expressed their utmost thanks and appreciation for the continuous royal care to education and its seekers, and for the kind attention paid by His Majesty to upgrade educational process towards development and progress, to find suitable potentials to make education as foundation for development. The participants mentioned that this national symposium came in response to royal directives at the annual round of the 5th term of the Council of Oman for the year 2012, at which His Majesty is directed to carry out comprehensive review and assessment for educational process in the Sultanate. The final communique of the National Symposium, Education in the Sultanate of Oman, Road to the Future, mentioned that discussions explored an urgent need for projects and initiatives related to developing educational system in the Sultanate, such as education strategy and law of school and higher education. The communique also mentioned that outcome of discussions will be in place of attention by Education Council and will be studied in order to adopt suitable measures towards it. The closing of the symposium was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfoud Al-Mandari, Chairman of the State Council. The National Symposium viewed 24 projects and initiatives during 3 days of deliberations. Numerous ideas, views and experiences were shared and presented at the sessions. The symposium discussed education philosophy, its strategy and educational law, restructuring educational system and quality control of schools and higher education. The Sultanate celebrated World Food Day, which falls on the 16th of October every year. The event carried the title Family Farming Feeds the World and Care for the Planet, with the aim to promote family farming in the society and to encourage owners of small agricultural projects. It was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Jafar Asejwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. The title came in line with the UN General Assembly announcing that 2014 is a World Year for Family Agriculture. The minister said statistics showed that there are around 500 million farms in the world are family farms, and the Sultanate is an integral part of this project. 80% of farms of about 2.5 acres or less are tied to Omani families. The Sultanate participated with the world by organizing a seminar focused on family agriculture, highlighting its contribution in providing food and sustainable development. Successful domestic stories in this regard were presented at the seminar. Strengthening ties between public relations departments and media means and the need to keep pace with international developments being witnessed by public relations industry were among the most significant recommendations of Oman's first public relations conference at the end of its works today. The two-day event also called for developing the structure of PR departments at government bodies and using digital media means and social media channels to achieve PR goals. The conference also stressed the significance of diversifying the research trends in academic institutions to cover all aspects of public relations. Among the recommendations of the conference were providing continuous training opportunities for PR personnel inside and outside the Sultanate and enhancing relations between media means and PR departments. A Thir electronic website unveiled the curtains about the winning of its Poetry Award in a ceremony held under the auspices of His Excellency Abdulaziz Mohammed Al-Rawas, advisor of His Majesty Sultan for Cultural Affairs. The Egyptian poet Hassan Shihabuddin won the first place in the competitions, while the Tunisian poet Mohammed Al-Hadi Al-Jaziri came second, and the third place was achieved by Iraqi poet Qasim Saudi. Some Omani poets were also honored during the event, as poet Hamoud Al-Hiyayi, Abdulaziz Al-Saadi and Juma Al-Aremi won the award in the traditional poetry competition. Thir Awards also introduced a prize for youth poets, which was won by Yemeni poet Muhammad Al-Mahdi. Still to come in our news bulletin, a poetic night to celebrate Omani Women's Day was organized in the Governorate of Muscat. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Honoring the winning associations of Omani Women Award and launching studies related to women's contribution increase in scientific results were the top activities in the Wilayat of Sur in the Governorate of South Sharqiya on the occasion of Omani Women's Day celebrations. His Highness Sayyid Taimur bin Asad bin Tariq Al Said presided over the conclusion ceremony. The two-day celebrations included raising youth recommendations who stressed the role of the woman in serving community, in addition to encourage the Omani associations to organize awareness, cultural and training programs for the society in voluntary work field. During the conclusion ceremony, the Ministry of Social Development launched its publications on this occasion. At the end of the ceremony, the winning associations in Omani Women's Day competition were honored. Under the theme Enhancing Physical Activity with School Students and Youth, the Ministry of Health marked the Gulf School Health Day. During the event, shows and entertainments competitions besides health exhibition by participating units and athletics corner was set up. It aimed to spread and enhance culture and physical activity practices with school students and youth to enhance healthy life patterns. The event was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Saif Al Husni, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Health for Health Affairs. Discussion of matters of joint concern in military field was the center of talks with Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, with a delegation of U.S. Capstone Program led by retired Lieutenant General Joseph Behoff. They also exchanged points of view towards benefiting from the American experiences in matters related to military field. Muscat Securities Market MSM General Index today lost 231.50 points, comprising a decline by 3.26% to close at 6,872 points. The trading value today stood at 7.9 million Omani Riyals, comprising a decline by 14.5% compared to the last session, which stood at 9.3 million Omani Riyals. The report released by MSM pointed out that the market value fell by 1.7% to reach about 14.8 billion Omani Riyals. The report added that the value of shares bought by non-Omani investors reached 2,212,000 Riyals, comprising 27.79%. The value of shares sold by non-Omani investors reached 2,137,000 Riyals, comprising 26.8%. The net non-Omani investment rose by 0.9% to 75,000 Omani Riyals. In order to get acquainted with Omani dates and its types, in addition to provide permanent market for dates and marketing them with the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, second Omani Dates Festival was inaugurated in the Wilaya of Nizwa. It was presided over by His Excellency Mohammed bin Salim Al-Tobi, Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs. The festival seeks to find opportunities for consumer to search for more choices of dates field, in addition to introduce new institutions to encourage farmers, manufacturers and producers, besides carrying out products, quality packing and following food safety rules. A regional workshop titled Tourism Strategy of Oman discussed in the Governorate of Baremi the importance of acquainting with tourism facilities and modernizing some touristic attractions famous at the Governorate. Participants concerned spoke about the importance of engaging youth in tourism projects with the aim to contribute in finding strong tourism bases during the upcoming period. They confirmed that future prospects of tourism in the Sultanate looks forward towards new resources to diversify national economy income. To make learning more interesting, Saad bin Abi Waqas School in the Wilayat of Shinas introduced interactive board technology in 3 of its laboratories as one of modern educational means in the school. The new method enriched the educational process and gave students the opportunity to use internet presentation programs such as PowerPoint and video clips on the board. It also enables students to interact with the teacher. In the Governorate of Muscat, Omani Women's Association marked Omani Women's Day by organizing a female poetic evening at the Literary Forum. The event was presided over by High Excellency Maitha bin Saif Al-Mahruqiyya, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism. 4 female poets recited some of their works in the love of the country and its leader, His Majesty the Sultan. And now for the general forecast. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with accumulation of low clouds over the Hajar Mountains in the afternoon. Winds will be northeasterly to easterly light to moderate along the coastal areas of the Sea of Oman, while it will be southerly to southeasterly light to moderate over the rest of the Sultanate. Seas will be slight to moderate along the southeastern coast with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters, and along the rest of the coast it will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The National Education Symposium in the Sultanate concludes its works stressing the necessity to develop education and forwarding its discussions results to Education Council. On the occasion of World Food Day, the Sultanate presents ideas to encourage owners of small agricultural projects and family farming in the society. Developing the structure of public relations departments at government bodies and carry out researches, top recommendations of Oman's first public relations conference. And the second Omani Dates Festival discusses providing permanent market and quality products. And without come to the end of tonight's news bulletin, from all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, have a good weekend. Good night.